Hi, it's Debbie Williams, and I'm here from the Birmingham Cocaine Addiction Help Clinic. Now, here are some tips if you're a relative or friend or partner of somebody who's got a cocaine addiction, of how you can help them. Well, the first thing that you need to do is to actually get them to admit that they have a problem. Many people don't think they have. I've got a Facebook page. If ever I put a promotion out, the comments on the actual Facebook page are so much bravado, so much, oh, why would I spend that when I can have a good weekend, etc., etc. And very little sort of, oh, I'm suffering. But I get those in the private messages. So to get them to admit it, if they say, well, I haven't got a problem, I can stop any time, then the first tip is to challenge them. Okay, prove it. Come January, many people do a dry January and don't have any alcohol. Whatever month it is, say, prove to me you haven't got a problem then. Because this is usually when people have a wake-up call, when they do decide to cool off a bit from cocaine and they suddenly realise, actually, I'm craving this. Actually, this is doing my head in. Oh, God, I have got a problem. So that's a point to get them to where they will actually admit that they have got a problem. Secondly is to perhaps sit down and work out, well, how much do you spend? Are you a daily user? Are you a weekend user? Are you a monthly user? Clients of last week who would use daily between £40 and £80, he worked out that was £25,000 in a year. Another would spend about 100 on the weekend, and that was 5,000 in a year. Sometimes people have a blowout on the weekend, anything up to £500. Again, that works out at £25,000 a year. Now, if you times that by 10 years, it's just ridiculous money. So sometimes putting this on paper and handing it to them, well, what's your habit? Because I know somebody who spent this would be blowing that amount. I know somebody who spent this would be blowing that amount. Sometimes seeing it in black and white, this is what many clients say to me, that it's a tipping point where they decide, that's it, I want to get some help. They think, oh my God, this is in control of me. And the third thing that you can do is to write them a letter of how you feel about their behaviour, of the impact it has on you, of, you're not the same person. You seem a shadow of your former self. You seem like almost like a dirty smackhead the way you behave. You're aggressive, you're paranoid. This isn't who you are. This is the cocaine that's doing this to you. Again, when I work with clients, when they've been clean, they say that they feel like a weight is lifted off their shoulder, the paranoia calms down and disappears, and they feel like they've got more energy, they feel healthier, and pretty much getting back to their old self. And I've had parents, write me letters and say, thank you for giving back my son. So the next tip is to say, well, how does it feel over time? How much pleasure do you get before the come down? Do you have like about 10-15 minutes worth of pleasure and then that amount to come down, or do you keep having to take it to keep the pleasure going, and then the come down is so big that you're not fit for work on Monday because you've had a binge over the weekend? When I work with clients, I do this at an unconscious level so that when the urges come, then it's like, well, if I do, how will it feel over time? And something starts to click inside that actually it is that much pleasure, or I have to keep chasing it. And then it's like, God, I feel awful for, I'm in bed, I'm wasting my life. And then the next suggestion I have is to get them to watch some of the videos of the testimonials, because it will reinforce that, people have been where you've been before and they have got help and they've got themselves sorted out. And another thing that you can do as well is potentially download the Stop Cocaine Abuse recording. Now, this is a part of what I do in a session 1-to-1, but it's useful if you downloaded it and listened to it, you'd have an understanding a little bit of some of what we do in session. And also, after you've listened to it, if you do a copy for them and give it them and say, look, I know you won't listen to it. And then sort of, if you listen to it, no, well, I told you wouldn't, you waste of space, you don't listen to it. The more you provoke them, telling them that they won't listen to it, then the likelihood is when they have a real rock bottom moment, they might actually listen to it and decide, actually, I really do have a problem. And a final tip that you can say to them is, well, how does your nose feel about this? How does your kidneys feel? How does your bones feel? Because people say that their bones ache. People say that their nose is on fire. People tell me that they've had pains in their kidneys. They've had pains in their heart, the palpitations. And I'm asking them, how does their system feel? The next time you're taking it, maybe think about your heart or your nose. And what you're doing is you're bringing to conscious awareness that when they do take it, you're getting inside their head and they're thinking, oh, actually, I really don't like this feeling. Okay, it's great talking to you today. And so perhaps listen to this a couple times and write down notes. So it's bye from me and bye from little Huggy who has to sit on my lap. All right, bye now.